Morning guys, it's Tim from Advancing Car Technologies, and today we are working on a 2015 VW Polo GTI. Now, even though it's a bit of an older car and it's a retrofit that we've done on plenty of other vehicles, we are in fact installing cruise control. Now, the difference with this one is that because of the type of platform that it is, which is MQB, the steering wheel on these vehicles is where we do the cruise control. So at the moment, you can see this lovely GTI wheel, and over here, you can just see the standard telephone function controls, and then the MFD telephone and all that sort of stuff. So cruise control on these vehicles is literally done through this steering wheel column or steering wheel segment over here, not via the stalk. Some Polos have speed limiters on them, which causes an issue in that aspect. So what we're doing is, I'll just come over here, is we are going to be removing the steering wheel, and we're going to be installing these new buttons into the steering wheel, doing all the wiring and the coding. And then what we have to do as a final piece of the puzzle is we're going to activate it. So we've got a special activation document that we use through Otis, and because of what we're doing, this can only be done down here in Polo, because we're VW Audi approved workshop, so we have the online diagnostic system which is called Otis. So we're going to be doing that once it's all done. So Richard's going to get to work. He is going to be pulling the steering wheel off, doing all the necessary wiring in the steering column, and then we're going to plug Otis in and we're going to activate it. If we get a chance, I'll come down and do a couple of snippet videos, but we might just jump straight through to the finished article, but we'll see how we get on. And so yeah, stay tuned. Right, so we're about a third of the way through the video, and I thought and also remembered that we're still working on it. So I've just popped down to the workshop, and Richard's just going to very quickly explain where we're at with this Polo. So go for it, Rich.
Right, so we've taken the steering wheel apart. We've now swapped the buttons over, so we've got the whole new buttons on. So we've got all the cruise control section, volume buttons have moved, and so the track buttons moved, things. So that's all now back, looking as it should do. I've now run in my new cable from the slip ring, and I'm now going to route that through the dash and off into the engine bay. We'll head off into the ECU. So we're going to be coming across through into the engine bay and then routing it nice and tucked away, hidden away with all the other standard car looms, and heading off into the ECU. And next video should be it going through a little bit of the coding possibly, and then going from there.
Okay, so the car is all back together, and we're now doing one of the most important parts, which is the online activation. So what this basically means is that we will, using our VW Otis system, so this is main dealer level diagnostics, and it's called the offboard diagnostic information system. So what that means is we have, using the VAS tool, you can see it in down there working. All the new buttons are in there as well. We are connecting remotely through our Otis system, through the VAS, and what we're going to do is we're going to be teaching the car. So we, in essence, upload the activation codes. There's 3 of them. We send them off, and then Otis will automatically update the car remotely over Wi-Fi. It will download any software updates that are needed for the vehicle, and most importantly, it will, when we are doing the special function, will send all the coding across for the cruise control element. So it's a bit like with VCDS, where you used to tick the boxes and do it manually, but now this is the new way of doing coding, and you'll always know if someone's doing it properly because they will need what's called an RSA secure ID. So basically it's a revolving code, you can probably just see it there, that changes every few seconds or every 30 seconds from memory, and it allows us access into the system. So we're going to do all of that. As part of the process, the car has to be hooked up to mains power, so that it's keeping the battery at a nice stable voltage, and then we'll get on with the activation and go for a little test drive. Okie doke. Right, so we've just done the online activation, and as you can see, the following control modules have been updated, and it's parameterized, coded and calibrated the system that we've just installed. So we're going to jump in the car in a second and go and road test. Okay, right, so we have finished the Otis coding and activation, and we've got our lovely new buttons here. So very quickly, just going over the buttons, things have moved across slightly, as I said earlier. This is your cruise control button that turns the system on. So if I push it, you can see it turning on just in there, and I can turn it off again, so that's responding nice and easily. You've got your speed up, your speed down, we've got cancel, and we've got set, and we've got resume. So when you've got that there on and you push your plus and your minus, obviously you have to have the engine on for this to work, and you can push up and you can go up and down in your speed. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drive along. And what we're going to do is we're going to go along at a nice speed, and we're going to set the cruise control off. So we've got a nice green icon now, foot has come off the accelerator, and we are just going along, and we can speed up, and we can then cancel, and it comes off. So this is, we're not sure how many other people have done this, but this is certainly the first one for us, because we didn't really think it was possible beforehand. So we have installed the genuine Volkswagen cruise control system through the multifunction steering wheel. So if you've got a car like this that would have these sorts of buttons, then you can get in touch with us directly to get the cruise control system all activated, coding and work as per factory. And the great thing as well is that because it's been done with genuine parts and genuine software and genuine license activation, it's all registered with Volkswagen due to the fact that we are a VW and Audi approved workshop now. So it will all be logged with the servers in Germany to say that we've performed this retrofit, and it's now active on this VIN number. So if you need to get in touch with us, then it's www.advanced-incar.co.uk. And just one last quick thing, is sort of T6s, Polos and other vehicles that have got buttons like this. And thanks for watching.